always gonna hate that. But and they never hear it, so they have no idea what we're talking about. It makes it so much more fun. Dear Zoom, as you're listening to all of this, obviously, can you make it so we can get rid of that? Pretty please. In the laundry list of things that came in the last update, I mean, you scroll and scroll and scroll. How the hell did you not get rid of that? I'm just saying. Like,
we already hear enough. We already hear enough voices in our head, and so does Randy Orton. We don't need to hear another one.
And Matt Riddle.
Bro.
He's got all. He just keeps going. I can't wait to see what they do with that. But without further ado, I'm not really looking forward to SummerSlam again. I'm getting to that first. Like I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. You know what it would have been cool about SummerSlam is another thing we're going to talk about later on. Yeah. But let's get to whatever it is that we're talking about, because I know it's been a while and I'm here, you're here. A lot of dumb has happened, a little bit of excitement.
Here. Yeah. That much excitement does not make up for like a laundry list of just, are you kidding me? Like, I hope, but and really I'm not like last year you were here for SummerSlam.
Yep.
I do reckon you were here. Yeah. Came down right in time for it. And yeah, less excited about this one than I was last one. I really had no hope last year. I mean, and there's people out there like Drew who are, when they did the contenders match the first time with, Charlotte, last week. And like, oh no, look, she won. There's Drew going, I know it's going to be a triple threat. It's like, yes, it's going to be a triple threat. Rhea's never going to have a match to be a contender. They're just going to make the fucking match. So what's the fucking point? It doesn't make good TV. It's like
been a lot of bad TV.
It's like, Jesus Christ, we all know we're doing contenders matches. What the hell did Rhea do? Oh, wait. Boom! In the match. Because there wasn't a Raw in between, unless I literally missed a whole entire week of my life somehow. We went from Charlotte beating her and getting, to I challenge you to the fight. Yeah, that was last night. She had the no holds bar match, and suddenly, though, Charlotte and Rhea were in the match for SummerSlam anyway, even though Rhea didn't do anything. Yeah, but we all know they're going to do it. Why are they wasting time?
I mean,
like, they could be building an actual story instead of wasting time on stupid matches like this when we already know what's going to happen. Ratings are already bad enough.
I mean, she did riptide Nia. That was pretty impressive.
Nia was nice enough to jump off the ground this far. That's what that was. I mean, she rolled, like, twisted her body, and it was just drop. Like, if she actually manhandled her, that would have been impressive. But if we're going to be on the Nia thing, I mean, it's third now. Yeah. Blood involved again.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cesaro missing the exposed turnbuckle by like this much and bleeding was worse than somehow Nia gets kicked in the head, right? Yeah. By Rhea. And immediately turns around and has blood from like here all the way down to here within like a second. Like, no, what? I've been hit by shit. I got ran over. I didn't get blood from here to here instantaneously. My whole face, like, if you're gonna do it, I know it's been years since you guys were allowed to bleed at all, but for the love of God, can you make it? I mean, like,
not
I've been punched directly in the face before.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't crimson in 2 seconds.
And considering that Nia's derriere went between her and a post, and Rhea's head got smashed into that. I mean, that was pretty.
Funk.
Yeah, you thought something would have happened out of that, but yeah, I
by
agree.
the way, for everyone, can we fix, as we're on that point? Can we fix? Can we convince, I know Vince loves to do stupid shit, so can he do one of those things where he bans like words? Can you stop calling it the unprotected steel ring post? The bitch has been covered in LED boards all the way around for forever. There's not an ounce of steel on that post anywhere that's exposed. So for the love of shit, can we please stop calling it the unexposed ring post? Like, steel ring post, where? Like, I don't see it. he says, raw, raw, raw. And like, where? Oh, those are LED boards. There's no steel. Like, for holy shit, can you stop insulting our intelligence that much? I mean, I get you guys have the timing of, blood and blading and whatever the hell you're.
I mean,
I get having that off because it has been like over a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for love of God, like, protected steel ring post.
That's
like
about as dumb as Reginald. Oh, I'm sorry,
Reggie
losing his accent.
Hey, I'd rather
And
him.
then Kofi Kingston decided to, that was great on his Twitter. He decided to follow that up. That was pretty entertaining.
Wait a minute, aren't you Jamaican? See,
Yeah.
At least his is just out of the middle of nowhere. I mean, like, that was one of those you couldn't tell if it was like, like, was that supposed to happen? Huh. Are they finally bringing it? Who knows? Reggie was just, I don't know. He talks and my brain turns off. He talks and my brain goes, like, check the time, even though I don't have a watch. I mean, like, I just make him go away. Acrobatica is a son of a bitch.
It's about as dumb as Patrick from SpongeBob having a clock written
SpongeBob
on his. Yeah.
But yeah, unprotected steel ring post. Maybe though, that's a good direction though for unlike that Reggie thing. Maybe suddenly, please God, let Apollo, let him lose his accent. Can we just have, please? Can everyone just lose their bullshit accents? For the love of God, I mean, I get it, but I mean, it's working so well. We don't even really see Apollo anywhere. Like, he wasn't even on the last pay-per-view at all. Like,
yeah. Well, continuing with the randomness, I kind of like the way the whole Mansoor and Ali things go, and I think they could really give them a lot of time, and they seem pretty well on the same page tag team wise. I think that if they could play their cards right, and let them do what they're continuing to do last couple weeks. Now, given they lost last night and won last week, but I like them. I do. Just from a wrestling standpoint. I mean, okay, Mason T-Bar, they're Mason T-Bar, but really, Ali and Mansoor really collaborate very well.
Let's not talk about Mason T-Bar. Let's not talk about Dominic Dijakovic in such a vile way. He deserves better than that. Like, I was like, yes, but it's over. It's over. And they lose their mask but keep the names. He's doing things with Mansoor. Mia's gone. Like,
yeah,
literally, absolutely no one got anything out of that whole entire thing. Go back in the archives. I said it was a giant waste of time. We can go back in my text. So it was a giant waste of time, that whole retribution. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
And it led to that. But I did like Ali's pop that he got there at home. I mean, that was.
Yep.
I did hear some CM Punk chants, I believe. No, I don't know. I might have heard one or two, but it's Chicago.
Yeah.
But I think they could do. I mean, it'll do good for Mansoor too. I mean, again, coming from overseas, and their wrestling style is different than ours, and it gives Ali something to do because hell, he was on a hell of a run till injury came calling. Kofi Mania was born out of him getting hurt.
Yeah.
So I like it. I mean, I think it's a good fit. I think they could do well together. And again, it gets them, just gives it something to do for two of them. I mean, like, and it makes sense because they're both from, they have a good, the story makes sense. Them being together makes sense. Backgrounds, their styles, I think they could play well off each other.
Yeah.
I think Mansoor smiles too much, but what the hell do I know? I don't ever smile, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. They haven't given me much to smile about in the last minute here, but I think it should be. I think they should keep it going. Look, I mean, obviously they're going to keep it going. I mean, duh. But I like it. I mean, it's a good fit. And again, Ali was on top of his game. He got hurt, and then that whole retribution thing was just a giant waste of everybody's time because it lasted 2-3 months. It lasted more time with them,
and I think
with them sabotaging generators and touching, ropes, ring ropes with chains, like that lasted longer.
And that's the thing, they were pushing Ali at one point, to eventually do something. And it sucks he got hurt. I mean, what could have been,
Yeah, I mean, so I hope they do something with it. Is really it. Like it actually leads to something productive, not just another one of those. Like, hey, they're together, but they don't actually do anything. Like I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't want to see it get to that because they're all talented. And Jesus, they could like save the show if they just actually let people
And and
do
you
what they can
realize
do.
with how many cruiserweights they have between all the brands. I mean, 205 I consider a brand. They could do cruiserweight tag titles. Let them do what they're meant to do. You know how many good matches you could have with all the cruiserweights doing
Just let them actually
crazy
have
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Like you could have.
You've seen all the crazy stuff, the Hardys, ENC, and all these but imagine if it was cruiserweights where you just let them be cruiserweights and do the crazy stuff that they can do safely. Like,
Yep.
I'd
Like
watch it.
that's the problem. They just they
You have all
won't.
these
They
you have
won't.
all these cruiserweights that could really like tag up with each other and work and flow all together. I mean, just look at Mansoor and Ali. You just put those two together, they worked it well together. I mean, you got Lucha House Party, you got all these other cruiserweights that because they all do the same kind of style, so you could really easily make tag teams out of people and let the wrestling tell the story.
Yeah, and they have enough of them in 205 Live. I mean, it's just really just a bunch of pointless matches. How about you just give them something? So something. Yeah. It's not like they're not paying them. I mean, it makes sense to me, but I think that's the problem. Apparently, everything we think makes sense, though, for the most part, apparently makes a lot of sense because it just keeps happening. I don't know. Maybe we're just too disgruntled going like, here's what's going to happen. What? Don't turn it on. Don't waste your time. We will set you straight for the next 3 weeks and bada boom. I'm not finishing that one. Enzo can keep that one, but how are we doing? Pretty good. So it's a good idea. Again,
yeah.
Why haven't they? I mean,
yeah. Or why haven't they done a TV title? Like I keep repeating myself, but it's just so easy. AEW comes up with titles.
Yeah, but you got to think. I don't know, because Jackass is running around with 24/7 belt on both networks, but they would have to have a TV title for both because you sure as hell know Fox isn't letting the TV title. They'd have to have.
Yeah, but you could also take that TV title and make a multi-brand thing where
getting everyone to get along. I mean, look what they did to Kofi just for the TV contract's sake.
Yeah.
They've done some pretty dastardly stupid things just to make moves to make Fox and other people happy. Put one on both. It's not like the Intercontinental title is actually worth a damn anything. They went and ruined that by giving it to no.
Let's say, when's the last time we saw an Intercontinental title match? I mean, I can understand the U.S. title because Sheamus was hurt, but now that's back in motion. Like last time the Intercontinental title was defended was what, 2 pay-per-views ago?
Like we didn't even see him at Money in the Bank.
Yes, yeah, it's been about 60 days. Hey, what about that? What's up with that? It's supposed to be 30-day compete clause thing. It's
what's
supposed to be defended.
The voice is gone today. Sorry, it's been a long one. What's up with that? I don't know. I think it would be a good idea, but again, it's just getting everyone to work together. I mean, even if they just put one on each show, I mean, I don't know. Just because, again, Fox spent all that money. I mean, do you think they're?
Yeah.
I mean, and they've made moves just to make them happy. Do you really think they're gonna? I just don't see Fox being that nice.
Yeah.
You're not putting our champion on their TV. Jesus Christ. Well, they did give you $2 billion. I mean, it's not like you guys are hurting for money either, but that's another story. We're going to get into that. But it'd be nice. They'd underutilize it. They'd underutilize. I mean, hell, look at, again, the Intercontinental title is supposed to have all this prestige, and where the hell is it? No one cares. No one cares at all. It's just.
I'm not going to lie. It was actually quite more entertaining between the times that most of the time when Miz held it. Like, it was actually, you can't lie. It was actually up there in being somewhat prestige because they actually gave a damn. I mean,
Yeah.
during Cody's reign, they gave a damn. Like,
It was like it was kind of like when Cena had the U.S. title.
yeah,
That thing was worth a big lot of damn.
yeah.
Screw it, it makes sense. It was worth a whole lot. I mean, look at all the people. Kevin Owens came out, set up the paper, and look at all the stuff that they did. Though
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio coming out and getting it, that was just bad TV, bad. I don't know why they keep bringing him back, but it's still made prestigious. And the Miz he does his job.
Yeah.
Much as you want to see him get his head caved in, that means he's doing something. He's
Yeah.
doing what he's supposed to be doing.
I'd have to say, like, Miz is up there as far as top Intercontinental title holders for the Intercontinental title, like, because as much as people hate him and don't want to admit it, but again, I think Miz in the recent reigns has made that title what it is. I mean, because you don't have many people that can make it that way. Apollo can't make it that way.
Big E could have.
Yeah,
I could see Big E going on a good run.
if they would have gave E a longer title reign and actually would have utilized it correctly, that's the problem. It's the utilization.
Hey, but they also have people on the writing teams that don't even know what the hell's going on, don't know anyone's name, and don't watch wrestling ever.
Yeah,
those fresh ideas. How's that ratings doing? I don't know. They're only down 4 million. Not like it's a small number.
Yeah,
That's kind of a big one. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Like John Cena and Roman Reigns going back and forth about Missionary John. Like, just those little things get more views than Raw does. Just that small clip that's a problem. It's very large.
And if you've noticed, everything that WWE has posted, you know how they post stuff after it happens on the shows, not one single vignette of any of those missionary comments has actually been posted by WWE.
Shocker. I mean, I don't care. It's funny.
Yeah, it makes for good TV.
And that's all there is to talk about on SmackDown.
Dude, if they made a shirt out of that on WWE.com, that'd be funny. Yeah, but yeah.
Oh well, I know. Sorry, I'm taking a hiatus from giving them any more money, but
yeah,
not because of recent events, just because, well, screw them. But there's really like SmackDown. I mean, really.
Yeah, here you go, Vince. Here's a T-shirt idea. Head of the Missionary. You're welcome. It's been a while.
Had to make sure it was there. Yeah. It's all the runs. I mean, it's those two really. I mean, Edge and Seth stuff, that's good. I mean,
yeah. As much as I was really pissed about Edge never winning the Universal title yet. I'm over it.
I think there's still time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still time. We can get into that later, but I think down the road, it would be perfect for him to get have another Money in the Bank and cash in just to have his last one that way, just go off into his last match and right off perfectly where he loses. Yeah, like one of those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so we could do it. Just like I think AJ deserves one before he leaves after everything else is done. Yeah, that's one of those.
Let's say AJ hasn't been Universal Champion though.
Well, I'm just saying like Money in the Bank in general.
Yeah, but I'm saying you know what? Like if it were to be like. I think Edge should end his career with the last match with AJ, just like Taker did. Just like AJ's been poking Paul to have that one final match with him. AJ's like that guy that can do it. Like
I'll make you look really, really good without hurting you.
Just like with Michaels and Ric Flair. Unless
you punch a hole through a window and we have to stop taping so they can pull the glass out and stitch your arm back up. And shit. Unless you have one of those moments, but I mean, hell, it was a good match. Taker went off happy. We all went off hell. Taker was even happy about it. You watched the documentary. He wasn't very happy with a lot of things. Granted.
Especially when you almost get killed by Goldberg.
Hey, I mean, watch out. Goldberg says he's going to kill him. Watch out, Lashley. Hey, can be killed by the spear. I mean
speaking of randomly going off on Goldberg, holy crap, is his son fucking grown up?
Oh yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, sorry, broke the fourth wall. I had to. I was
I do it all
like,
the time.
I've seen some of Goldberg's posts and stuff like that with him and his kid in the gym. Like that, 6 years, whew, that makes a difference. Almost 6 years, 5 years now.
That kid's a monster.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
really
he
good
built
at
like
the
his,
baseball from what I
well,
see.
genetics is, yeah.
So if I have kids, they're going to be cripples and Vikings. Your kid's going to be creepy looking, the heart of gold. His kid's a freak of nature at the age he's at.
Yeah.
Hey, if it helps, we all have our thing. If I ever have kids, that miracle of science happens, they're going to be scary looking fools with a great temperament. Big mouth. But yes, his kid got huge. And yeah, I'm just not even, like, we talk about it. It's like, I'm not even excited about the match because we all know how it's going to go. I mean, I do feel bad for MVP because, well, Goldberg's got to be known for being stiff. And, well, taking that spear on the.
Yeah.
And he wasn't as miserable playing off. He was dying later in the night backstage. But I mean, that didn't.
Yeah.
You know that didn't.
Another thing I'm not buying is the whole Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre thing. Like after the whole thing where Jinder and his goons were running away because they were so scared. Oh my God, Drew's crazy. He's got his sword. Oh my God.
In a segment that like entrances and all combined didn't even have a commercial break.
Yeah.
Like the segment lasted like.
Yeah.
Match included 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Pretty much.
Like, I mean, that's just. But it's Jinder. Like, no one gives a damn. No one cared about him before 3MB. No one cared about him in 3MB. No one cared about him when he came back. No one cared about him when he was champion because we all know why he was champion. No one thought he should have it. No one cares about him now.
Yeah.
People were happy to see Shaky get hit 34 times, 2 different with those chairs. Like, no one cared. Does it keep hitting him? Screw it. What?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll actually make him go away and do us all a favor.
Apparently that was overkill, according to some people.
And according to some of those same people. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. I sent you the text. Man's a little dead to me after that one. Yeah. And I stand by that. Still read his books. Still love his Funko Pop. He can shove it after that one. But yeah, that was a waste of time. Alexa and Eve, the segment, like, can we just, like.
Yeah. Because all Alexa reminds us now of something else that we're going to talk about that we're very angry
Hell,
about.
even before that. Like, he was just, like, no one gives us. No one cares. No one cared when she came back. No one cared when she pretended to trip over nothing in the playground. No one gives a. At least I don't. I don't know anyone that does. Oh, well, like, no, there's no excuse for that level of stupid. Like, that is a heaping pile of shit.
And they could really utilize Dewdrop because she can wrestle. She really can, and they're holding her back just for that simple.
Piper can wrestle like a son bitch.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome. There'll be no mention.
I really hope it
turns.
I really hope it turns where Piper just has enough and just.
She picks her up and spikes her off her head.
Mauls the crap out of her.
Like, yeah, well, this isn't working, Eva. What? No, we have to write you off. It's dead. Like, don't hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back ever. Like, screw your obligations. Here's your money, bye. Like, go away. Because it's terrible. It's really, really terrible. Like, it's a giant waste of Piper and Alexa. If they could actually, like, I don't know, work. Unlike Eva, who's just there to walk around and, I don't know. And that
You know what, wild idea, Piper and Alexa as a tag team. Really, I think it'll work.
there you go.
What if you take whatever you take Piper and maybe make her the Lily, in a sense, not like full wardrobe change, but you know what I mean? Like that would have worked better than
Oh, we just
Evolution.
Like,
I'm all one for the Lily Lucian. I'm all for that.
See all these people
as-
that listen to us, like you guys missed it after I got off one time. Projector was still in here running, turned on Raw, picked up said webcam and like, ah, there's Josie. What the hell is going on? Ah! Yeah, I saw it first. That's why we don't go live. Actually, we don't go live because it costs a whole hell of a lot of money. But like,
and we probably would be asked out of a show.
like,
as much as Dan Stevens would love us to go live, I think that's just for the sake of still being able to do this.
Oh yeah, because I'd get fired.
Yeah.
Per se, can't fire me. It's my damn show. You sure can make it hard for me to do my job. So yeah, that's just God, it's so bad. Though. Like,
yeah.
Like, how is there so much bad going into SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Like, how do you fuck it up that bad?
The only positive thing out of this whole upcoming cluster screw is Joe versus Karrion Kross. That's probably about the only honest to God real thing that I am looking forward to.
Before we get to that, though, second loss in what, 4 weeks? 3 weeks? Whatever the hell it's
3
been.
weeks.
Oh, Big Bad Indestructible. Congratulations.
Well,
Vince got his fingers on you. Guess what? Not only did you lose one, you lost another one.
What I keep hearing through the sheets and everything like that, the reason why he's not Meltzer. There's a couple other sources. Apparently, they have Karrion losing for the simple fact that he needs Scarlet. So I guess that's supposedly his thing that he needs to unleash the crazy whatever blah blah blah.
Yeah, her not being there is well good. His character's kryptonite is not having her there.
Yeah.
Never
basically.
mind him losing matches. The second he showed up on Raw, and we went,
Is that a creative wrestler that you just made there?
You're just like looking behind the TV, like no, she ain't back there.
Have you noticed the ramp from the Titantron to the ring was a little bit shorter this past week?
Well, that was the first
thing it wasn't as much of a stretch.
That was the first thing that I wrote down, is that either have the same size and everything, or like don't cut. It looked ridiculous, like that little.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand
little bitty ramp.
Yeah, like I could understand like they could do the different camera angles for his entrance to kind of give it some,
or
you know,
how
more
about when no one's paying attention, even if the ramp's really long, have him walk all the way the hell down there, wherever the hell you want him, while the lights are already out like they already are, and boom, then you don't have to worry about him walking 650 yards to get like down the ramp, because you know it's like big.
Yeah,
it looked weird with that like one footstep of just like,
yeah, like Bobby Lashley took one step and he was like at the ring.
Yeah, like that looked. I mean, granted, they're jam packed in there. That arena's huge.
Oh yeah,
but
and I can. And speaking of the crowds, I know I wasn't crazy last night, and I know a lot of other people weren't crazy, but from what it seemed, well, maybe crazy enough to watch it. I watched like 1 hour of it.
Oh, there you go. You're crazy.
Yeah. They were definitely pumping crowd noise. Like just
the "We Want Bray" chants allegedly.
While they were pumping in
crowd noise. Like I missed it. Like I had it recorded. I missed it.
Yeah.
I was turned off maybe by everything, but I was
going, like if you watch the confrontation between Goldberg and Bobby, you could tell it was somewhat throwing Goldberg off. Like he was trying to stay focused on trying to get over those chants because, oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Bray lost to Goldberg. Yeah, that's right.
As he was getting booed out of the building.
Yeah.
I know I heard booing. Like it was just awkward. That whole segment was
And
awkward.
if you didn't notice, those weren't Goldberg chants. Those were Oldberg chants. Just
Hey, the
throwing
one
out.
place you don't want to go within 7 seconds of the whole Bray thing happening. The one person you don't want to send out there, especially in Chicago, would be when the wound is still very, very fresh. Let's send him out there. Why? He's getting a title shot. Like that's going to go over like a fart in church. Or like on the one episode of season 2 of Sex in the City, because Hannah has me watching it, when she dropped the Bible from 60 feet up on the second level of a church. That went over great. Let us pray. Like, kind of went over like that. Boom.
Yeah.
It's just, God, it was just ugly and awkward, and it was just bad. And I feel bad for Bill because, they literally just called him and said, hey, we need you to do this. Okay. They literally said, get here. Here's the date. Here's what you're doing. Go.
Yeah.
Because he's mandate, he has it in his contract. So it's like, hey, here's what you're doing. Okay. Like he's just going out there to do his job.
I made
shit on so bad for it.
Yeah. And I told my wife when I went down, I said, give it about 10 minutes here. You're gonna hear a Wyatt chant, and well, I proceeded to walk upstairs from the man cave and go, guess what just happened? And she just shook her head at me.
Like I was just watching, again, I recorded it and I watched the recording and it was, fresh in my mind. I could have it right before we do this, because the first time, at least I could rewind then because it's hard to watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
Then when stupid stuff happens, I could just go, done. But yeah, I can't believe I missed it. So many people talking about I missed it. Like I was that turned off. Like it was like this just bad. And there's awkward silence. Then there's suddenly boos. And then suddenly those got that. I mean, that was just bad. And you're piping in like, well, just let people tell you that your booking sucks. Don't try to pipe in music to make it seem like it doesn't suck, because they will, especially in Chicago, they will boo louder. It's like going to Philly and trying that. Doesn't matter what the hell you do. If you're going to go and raise Roman Reigns' hand at the end of the Royal Rumble and you pull the Rock out to lift his hand of victory, and the Rock's getting booed out of the building, you just happen to be in one of those cities where no force on this planet or wrestling world is going to save you.
Yeah. Three places you don't want to try something stupid: Chicago, New York, Philly. Just saying.
Really stupid.
They're probably the toughest crowds.
And while we're talking about stupid, to finish off the night, ever mention how much I hate long runs to spear people through barricades? Did I ever mention that?
Not sure.
Not on here, at least. But when there's Nikki ASH, because heaven forbid they could just pronounce it like it's fucking spelled instead of dragging it out and making it even. We get it. You could say Ash. There's a whole nother thing. But when Charlotte's literally way the hell down on that corner of the barricade and she's leaned up against the thing in the timekeeper's area, I'm sorry, I don't care how much you try to play it off. No one's going to fucking stand there for 10 seconds watching someone dead sprint at them and just
wait for it.
Like, oh no, she went like who? Like, you don't say.
Nikki Ash could have had tea time and some cucumbers over her eyes, relax for a little bit. Then
no matter who's, it's not just shitting on them. But whoever does it, it's like they're just gonna that's believable. When she's standing up there talking shit for like a minute or two, she's still sitting there leaning. She's still like, I got ran over. I was up and rolling around and moving faster than that. Oh, look at the time. I mean, those are dumb. Just like those tables set up in the corners. Here's an idea for creative. and she keeps knocking her down, and the other, and then they wait for the person to get up, and they go and stand in the corner. For the love of God, can we just stop doing that? Because we all know the person's going to sidestep, the other idiot's going to put themselves through the table, and bada boom. Can we stop doing that shit already? Like, I literally got up and just left. Like, wow, that's shocker. Big letters. Like, and the worst part is, had it wrote before it happened. I'm like, oh, she's about to go through it. Let me write that down. Barricade. Let me write that down. Why? I'm just sitting there like a cup of coffee, just check my phone. Yeah. Oh, look, now she's running. What do you know? Yay. For the love of Christ.
Yeah.
Please. They deserve better.
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed before Nikki Ash's match, when they had her in the back there, she was running back and forth, and they were making the whoosh sounds over the, it's like just
the whoosh, and then there was that odd stopping sound as she turned and ran. Like you're sitting there going, this looks stupid. Where's Ryback when you need him? Just run stupid. Just slam the hell out of someone and walk. Or
Ryback was actually part of a WWE announcers contest. There's your random tidbit of information for the last week.
Can we just literally, I mean, just have after that's done and they pipe into whoosh, can we just have Ron Simmons just damn? Can we just please, for the love of God, this is what we're talking about.
Or like Nikki Ash, putting on a mask over Ron Simmons there to make him look like a superhero, and then have him say, "Damn, that there's your." There you go.
I don't think Ron Simmons will degrade himself to that level, though. I think they'd call him and tell him, "Damn, hang up." Literally,
It'd be a good segment, though.
Just stand there with that face,
with a mask on.
Just combust. But yeah, there's so much stupid. Lots of stupid. I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. They were doing good for a little bit there. I still say SmackDown's doing a better job because, again, I mean, we know the Usos are going to win, but Dominic and Ray, they can still wrestle. They're having them go back and forth and doing shady stuff to each other to steal victories. That's okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Roman and Cena and how that worked. Then that's set up for Corbin and Balor to be able to go at it, which gives Corbin something it set up something for that. So there's that Seth and Edge. There's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be good storytelling.
And I have to say,
do we have?
I have to say, if you didn't get a chance to watch it off of a couple of the different wrestling news feeds about the behind the scenes build up to Dominic's first match in front of a crowd, that was a really good. That was real. I honestly have to share it. I think I shared it. I'm not sure if I did. If not, I'll share it to the page and you can watch it. But it was the build up to Dominic's first live crowd match, and
he killed it.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know. Yep.
And here's another random before we get into all the other stuff. None of that. We didn't call this. No one can say that. No one can claim that they called. No one in their right mind in the wrestling world can say they called that Natty would be the one getting hurt, and not Tamina. Granted, Natty had fucking human anomaly literally just drop on her ankle. But who the hell would have guessed that Natty would be the one getting hurt? Now Tamina's holding it down.
I'm wondering how long she's going to be out because they didn't give a timetable either.
But they didn't so they're going, okay, well, Natty had surgery, so they have to Tamina's going to come out here and get mauled and get hurt, so they're going to have to drop the belts. And then I was waiting for something, but they didn't do it yet. They didn't give a timetable, so I'm thinking that could be a good, a kind of good sign. I mean,
maybe it might have been minor.
Yeah, could have been just some little clean something up.
Yeah,
could have been they could. So I'm hoping it's that, but who the hell would have guessed that Tamina would be the healthy one right now? Where the hell did that come from?
And speaking of women's division in general, if you didn't catch the post, Becky's re-dyed the hair and timetable. I think they're thinking somewhere around Survivor Series.
When are they doing? Here's the question: when are they doing the rumored women's Queen of the Ring?
Apparently, from what I've seen, the finals are supposed to end over in Saudi Arabia.
Fucking Saudi Arabia.
supposedly that's
Allegedly, because Saudi Arabia trip
blood.
worked, because the Saudi trip worked out so good last time. I mean, between they couldn't leave, we almost lost Taker. I mean, like everything that could have went wrong,
Yeah,
went terribly wrong.
yeah.
That would have been a good time though to have like just boom, who's your opponent? Bang, hit the music.
Yeah.
Here's Becky, and the whole world and the peasants rejoice. Yay. Like, and everyone's happy. Like, I still love that Charlotte.
I mean, they could
Becky.
really play that off and actually name it a pay-per-view and actually have another all women's pay-per-view if they had enough people. But there goes that idea. I don't know. I guess they would run it like they used to do King of the Ring, where it would be during the week and then a couple matches during a pay-per-view and then the final.
I'd like, like back in the day when the poor Hardys are the ones open the doors for people at King of the Ring pay-per-view, just do the whole damn thing. There you go. Here's what everyone just does the brackets. Everyone keeps wrestling all night, minus goons opening doors for you with really bad haircuts. Yeah. No offense to Matt and Jeff. Pretty sure Jeff was still underage at that point while he was holding the damn doors open for people. He wasn't even supposed to be working there, but have it just like if you're going to make everything else a pay-per-view, at least put it all on one night.
Yeah, because I think the qualifying matches were before SmackDown came. It was all during Raw, and then it was
in the last like 8 people, there was like 4 matches down to 2 matches down to 1 match. Like they could put out a hell of a story, a hell of a night, and like get through. Like like they could do something really good with that. Like and they could have it'd be
the semi. It'd be the semis, and then the semi, and then the final.
Quarters, and then the semis, and then done.
Yeah, quarter semis and then done, and then have a US or a WWE title match and a Universal title match. There's your pay-per-view.
Like they used to do it. Like they
do. Here you go. Tag team title matches from both shows, pre-show. Then you have WWE and Universal title match, and then the quarter semis, and then the final on the main card. Done. There you go. You have plenty of wrestlers to utilize to make good matches. Everybody gets a shot on the card.
Or hell, have one of the main title matches like at the beginning, and then have the other one right before the finals, so we can close out on the person winning, and that way it's not like literally someone going back to back.
Yeah. So well, that's how it was.
So there's like a 25-minute limbo, so they can finalize everything depending on what happened through the night. Bodies feeling like so they could, like. Because they're going to be wore out no matter what. I mean, that many matches your body's going but that would be and it would make a whole hell of a lot more sense if it was the whole thing than naming something. I don't know, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and there's one match. Or
because you can always have the quarters, WWE or Universal. Then you have the semifinals, WWE or Universal. Then the finals.
Done.
Yeah.
And then whoever the champion comes down to beats the living shit out of them.
Probably be Roman Reigns.
So. You get a title shot? No, just ground and pound the hell out of him. Ruin the coronation. Everyone wins. Hell, give it to King Barrett. Give Wade Barrett to come back so he can be the king of bad news again. Hey, that's what he dressed up for Halloween. Dressed up as the king of bad news. I mean, see? Take that. God, I miss Bad News Barrett on a stupid thing way up in the sky. God, that was so good. Yeah. Well, what'd they do? Screwed it. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're very good at these things.
Well, then if we're speaking of screwing the fans and you and myself, and
I just hope it's a work. I hope it's a work.
I guess we need to address the very, very big elephant in the room. That's actually it's in better shape from his last post that I saw. He's actually slimmed down a little bit more. I'm hoping it's a Punk work like they did. But the thing is, he's already changed his Instagram handle. But we all know how that can go sometimes. I'd say 70% of me thinks it's a work. And that's pretty high.
I want to believe this. Oh, shit. Before we get to that, see, poof. Mad credit to Zelina for having the scratch and the goofy eye on the left, the eye that Alistair has on. Like, shout out to that. At least I don't like her, but anyways, sorry, it just poofed into my head because I forgot it. At least she kept it consistent with that whole thing. But yeah, I hope it just and then I saw people commenting, go, well, he has a certain amount of days that he's required to do. And if you're having all these mental things, it's like, yeah, did you ever notice when Jeff got DUIs or anyone gets hurt? What? They just keep pushing that. But your contract they're what you're getting your damn days in.
Yeah.
How many people have they not? Like, it's just.
And he's got a 90-day no compete clause. Not a 30-day, a 90-day. At least they got that right. At least I think it's been long enough they would have got that right.
Oh my God. Finally, there would be someone
look,
fired from WWE that deserved it if that non-compete was only 30 days.
Look at it though. Braun's still in his 90-day compete clause. Now I'm hearing, WWE wants to bring him back for cheaper money. So does Vince bring Bray back for less, but give him almost full creative control, which would be the smart thing? Because from what I hear, Bray was he's been pretty frustrated with the creative of his character. Well, no shit.
I'm pretty sure most of the wrestler, like most of the people that everyone that gets the character has been a little more than upset. He's being nice because, well, technically they're still paying his bills right now. Probably a lot more than upset over the way creative has gone. I did like Mickey James ripping into them though.
Yeah,
the best things he got going, stealing his character, giving it to Alexa, and firing his ass. Like, girl.
Yeah, she does not hold any punches.
Like, thanks, Carano. Thanks a lot. You go and send her shit in a trash bag, and now what? You just unleash the hounds. Everyone's going after your ass. Like, damn. I mean, granted, they underutilized her, but
Fox and USA are pissed. Morale's down in the backstage.
Gave that away. They fired half the company. Over.
Well, but again, that was probably the straw that really just broke everyone.
And everyone woke up and looked up
emotionally.
Everyone woke up, looked up, and went. Everyone went and turned off their phone, turned it back on.
I was in the middle of the grocery store, and Dan Stevens just happened to call me and ruined my Saturday.
Yeah. I can never imagine who you did that to. In Target. That's where you were, at least. I was just pissed off at everything.
And just made it worse.
Yeah, you went and
were you at least drinking a beer at that point?
Nope. Like, did you see what they did? Like, apparently you didn't. So of course, then while I'm sitting there talking to you, you have to open up and think, what the? Like, thank you for ruining my Saturday. And then
surprised I didn't hear a thump on the wall and the phone disconnect.
No, I don't want to drywall. It's too much work. I'm too lazy. I'm over breaking things. There's crushed beer cans now. And then since you told me that, literally it's been like, I don't know, 110 degrees. And then it stopped being 110 degrees. I was winning at a game of cornhole against someone that normally just like slaughters me, like I get shut out and don't even get to start. And I was winning 14-2, and got the 14-2 lead, and it started raining, and it hasn't stopped since then. Like, just torrential downpours, like my backyard's a swimming pool.
It could have been worse,
You told me about.
They could have came back and creamed you, like the Falcons blowing a 25 point lead. Speaking of that, happy birthday to Tom Brady today.
But you could have but you just like everything was going good, and then since then, like, excessive heat, bad raw, torrential downpours, like, you know what? At least you pulled your card out too fast from the machine when you were at Target, so at least you got a few seconds of inconvenience. After me, no. You said what? You didn't see?
Which, by the way, I had to dispute because they charged me twice by accident.
I felt like, Chunk in the Goonies. Like, you didn't see? Oh, shit, what? No, I was chunking that one. Like, oh, what now? And again, I open up Facebook, and there it is. Like,
yeah.
Like, it better be at work. what if
I'm telling you, if this is really like a work, like we didn't know the Hardys were coming back at WrestleMania, and that we didn't know Punk was actually coming back after the fact that he left after he won the WWE title at Money in the Bank 2011. Yeah,
like
this better be the Punk syndrome at this point.
This better be the biggest work of all time, or they're pretty much like.
And again, it was just like a couple weeks ago. They're like, oh, they want to save him for a big pop. They want to save him. They want to save him. Now all of a sudden, now we're letting him go. And he was advertised for August 9th, like a week from yesterday. Like, I was actually going to go buy tickets for Hershey to the Super Show because I wanted to actually be there when he would come out, and
as long as you got me a ticket too.
You know,
that's how that works.
I mean, the Hershey Super Show is actually not that hateful. It really isn't.
Yeah, but the product lately, it's just.
I just wanted to be there when The Fiend came out. I could have cared less about anything else. That and Drew McIntyre. And Roman Reigns. Like, those three.
You'd see the Fiend would come out, you'd be like, my work here is done. Turn around, walk out the building. Where the hell are you going? I'm good. Saw it. Like everyone at WrestleMania on night two. Like no.
So,
no,
yeah, I'm with you. I'm really hoping it's a work.
I mean, it better be. Like,
I mean, if it's really work, I would try to call Vince McMahon personally at WWE home office and go, that was some good shit, and hang up.
Let's leave the message on. Leave the message on. That's some good shit. You know, like that. But that's.
I don't know. Like,
you know, Fred Durst and George Michael and all them told me that I gotta have faith. It's just really, really hard.
Oh, and speaking of a random tangent, have you seen Fred Durst?
Yes.
What he looks like?
Yes.
Like, oh wow! Like,
I mean, at least if he was going to look like a geriatric old man, the least he could do is still at least bounce around like he used to. I mean, not just walking around looking like the old man that he dressed up as.
Apparently, I read somewhere West Borland says they've laid down the instrumentals. They're just waiting for Fred to do his damn vocals because he can't decide what lyrics to use. Like, it's been what?
1,000 years.
Gold Cobra came out in 13. I think it was 2013. Gold Cobra.
I'm looking. Yeah, him and that, like, what? Glad to see Wes hasn't changed a bit. And you see that, like,
no,
like he's still
not at all.
You're looking at him going, yeah, he did paint his face black underneath that thing. That the hair and the like. You just is that Wes? Yeah, that's Wes. Okay.
Yeah.
You look at Fred. You're like the point is to look like a geriatric old man.
Careful there, cowboy.
Hey, Gold Cobra was 11.
Really? Or maybe it was Ready to Go was in 2013. That was the single. The one with Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
It was a single. It was
Ready
a single.
to Go. Yep, Ready to Go, 2013.
Okay.
There you go.
So I wasn't too far off.
A decade, though.
Yeah, like, really, like, it's time. Like,
looks like he hasn't been around in a lot more than a decade. It looks, I was like, God. Otherwise, just please tell me suddenly he's going to go back to old Fred Durst.
And no. Speaking of random music news, the drummer of who was it?
Offspring.
Whoever passed away this just recently.
Oh, what, Dusty Hill?
No, it was the drummer of I can't remember now. It was just recent, like in the last 2 weeks.
Sorry, Dusty Hill from ZZ Top passed away.
I know he did.
That broke my heart.
Somebody else in, I can't remember. I do remember one thing. Mark from Blink-182
cancer
confirmed stage 4.
Yeah,
and he's
Mark
not.
Hoppus is.
He's letting it ride.
I mean, at that point,
yeah. I mean, God bless him.
It was a good run.
I grew up with Blink-182. Well, I knew Blink 182 before it was cool to know Blink
Yeah,
182.
me too.
Same thing with
I'm old enough.
Sum 41. I knew
And
Sum 41 before they were cool.
Was it really cool to know Sum 41 though? I mean, like,
In their earlier days, like their first album, Hour to Power, Half Hour of Power, or something, I forget what it is, but that was like before the whole Fat Lip thing, like actually being able to see them in small venues before it was cool.
And by the way, people, as I keep arguing with everyone, that's just a bar. Like, no, those small, tiny venues, you actually have to play and perform well to actually not get your head ripped off in those places. Yeah. Big venues, you can have pyro, fire, explosions, everything. Those tiny venues, you can't have that. What that is all on you.
Yeah.
And when you can perform there, that's a concert.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like nothing beats my I have to say early years Blink 182. My favorite was Carousel.
It's a damn shame though that they weren't all, well, not even mind him having cancer, but the whole band, that their last album they did know that wasn't with what's his name. Because the usual, they say they fired me. He said they said he quit. He said they fired him, like the normal. Like, too bad the last thing Blink 182 put to Jesus Christ. Blink 182.
Was it Tom or was it Travis that?
No, it was the other.
Tom was wait. It was Mark. It's Mark, Tom, and Travis. Who said
Tom.
Who was? Okay, because I was gonna say Travis has been like always.
But they did a thing without him there. Like, too bad. Like,
well, yeah, they did. They were Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah,
like that was.
But they did a Blink 182 thing without him.
Oh wow!
If I remember correctly, and well, knowing what we know now,
yeah,
it is what it is. But it would have been nice to see, them to get at stage 4. I mean, you can't, like, not even worth going out there and trying to perform at that.
No,
It'll stress your body out anymore. But who knows? We've seen stranger things. But
I mean, hey, Freddie Mercury did it with AIDS.
Until he went and announced it, and then he died like the next day, which is just creepy in itself. But
yeah, still a great movie. I bought that movie on Amazon. I watch that thing like all the time, bro.
I've not.
Did you see, speaking of random movie news and musicians, did you see Jamie Foxx will be playing Mike Tyson? That should be good.
Like, is he just, I mean,
I think he'll pull it off. I mean, look, he pulled off Ray Charles. Come on now.
Everyone's so sensitive about, I mean, why does he have to play every one of them?
At least he won't have to take Zoloft.
Why does he have to play everyone? Like,
I still liked Will Smith as Ali.
Like, that was a good, like, that made, like, thank God.
I mean, me personally, one of my favorite. I have a lot of favorite Jamie Foxx movies, but I loved Ray. Like, Ray was on point.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, though. Like, Jamie Foxx was gonna, like, I like Jamie Foxx.
Oh, he's getting pretty jacked for that movie. Like
Law-Abiding Citizen, like stuff like that. I like Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Django. I like
Django.
That one. Yeah.
It's just Django. It's not Django. It's Django. This just reminded me of The Rock being, like, in his whole entire, like, he was everybody in that promo. The family. It's too bad those memes have gone away.
Yeah.
I mean, then I saw the one where, family. He went in there with a gun at Darth Vader and he chopped his head off. And then I literally, like, that was the last family meme I've seen. I'm like, damn.
Speaking of that, Rock won't be in any more of the franchise. I guess he's had his final fallout with old Vin there, I guess. I know there were some things Vin said about tough love during the production, and Dwayne's like, yeah, whatever. Have fun.
Go yourself.
I haven't seen Iron Sheik tweets in a while.
Well,
of course, he really hasn't found anyone to, tell him to go themselves either. So,
I mean, he's got a laundry list of people that WWE's let go. Like, he can just tell all of them to go themselves repeatedly. Yeah. He can. Missionary position. It can go.
Yeah.
Like that's actually a perfect spot for it.
Yeah.
But good enough for me though, for Adam Pearce's thing. It says Finn Balor, and it's like Johnny, good enough for me. I wish I could sign that kind of contract. It was a good one. I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I just
Goldberg and Lashley, nothing. We know that something. I mean, I guarantee it's something. I want to say Nikki.
I don't know.
Nikki holding onto the belt.
Well, we thought she wouldn't win Money in the Bank. I just made a wild dark horse. I just made a wild dark horse bet on it.
I said I could see it, but I have no faith in Vince actually letting it happen. Now they let it happen. I have no faith in him letting it stay. Like I can see like Cena beating Roman, so Roman can go away for a little bit, and then Big E cashes in immediately. Roman just beats the living dog shit out of Cena after he gets number 17. He cashes in, done.
Yeah.
On to the next one. That'd be nice, but they're not going to, because like it's going to be just biggest.
It's either that or Roman moves over to Raw and takes on Lashley.
I mean, like the biggest.
I could see that.
Like, but the biggest event of the summer. It's just if we even get to keep having them at the rate they're going with this COVID shit.
Well, apparently WWE has backup plan if all crap hits the fan again. That does not involve the Thunderdome. It will still involve live fans, supposedly. Mask. The worst case scenario is mask mandate.
Dependent. I mean, worst case. I don't know if you were around last year, but worst case was a lot worse than masks. Notice, like, if you want to do anything inside in New York City, you gotta have your papers. Effective September 3rd, I think. Or August 16th. I don't know. Both those dates are in there. Beats me. But that's one of those, have proof you've been vaccinated. You're not allowed to dine in or go to the gym or indoor entertainment at all. So, yeah, it can actually get way worse. That's what happens when the commies are taking over. The only commie I ever liked, even though he wasn't technically a commie, was, Cheeky Baby and what's his nuts?
There's a lot of what's his nuts out there.
Yeah, but there was a commie. I'll think of it in the middle of the night. I'll think of it while I'm laying there not sleeping. But those only commies I like are wrestling characters. Like, even if they're coming from like hostile regimes in the Middle East, those characters we all still like, yeah. And here we are laughing about the Iron Sheik for still being like actually batshit crazy. Like it wasn't just the character; he's nuts.
Yeah. Like, just like Randy Savage was out there.
Randy Savage was on like him and like
Randy Savage was Randy Savage. There was no same thing with Warrior.
Just like Warrior. But isn't that like on that Warrior thing? I don't remember who I was talking to, but one day everyone's heart will beat their last beat and then take their last breath and he dies 10 minutes later, pretty much. It wasn't 10 minutes, but Jesus Christ. How creepy was that? How creepy is it? You just brought it up now. 6 hours, 4 or 5 hours?
That was about 12 hours later because he went on the beginning of Raw and he was rushed to the hospital around 9 a.m.
Yeah, so like 10 minutes later, pretty much. You give that. Like that? Freaky. I was just talking about that on like Friday or Saturday with someone. We were talking about just weird stuff that comes out of someone's mouth before something like that happens. Like, what the hell? It was timing, actually. Like, what if he didn't make like amends? Like, he makes amends, they get all their hugs, he goes into the Hall of Fame, he's on Raw. And then that. Like,
yeah.
Too bad Randy didn't, but Randy was turned up to 7 million all the time. He wasn't even up to like 11. The guy you saw on camera was the guy he was in real life. It's just terrifying when you think about it, but damn, was he good. But yeah, This is now the face that we see outside the WWE headquarters. He's just standing outside. He should just show up there.
Unfortunately, he does not own any rights.
I know, but how good? I know he just like Vince just shows up in his office and there he is. Lights are off. It's like on. I mean, it better be at work. Like, he can't be that dumb. I mean, like, Punk, pretty much done deal. Done deal. Brian, done deal. Black.
Yep.
Done. Like, Strowman, it's going to happen somewhere. Like, you're really going to let him walk out. Like, he has to be high.
Yeah.
Or it's just self-sabotage. But hey, it's budget cuts, right? Because you didn't just get $2 billion from Fox. You guys are screaming for money. $2 billion from Fox, the money from Peacock. I mean, you guys are really scraping by.
Speaking of Peacock, unfortunately, those fans in the UK and other countries eventually will have to forcefully watch Peacock.
Which means it's gonna get worse. I was pissed that Not Sam Wrestling isn't on there. Holy shit! How many months do you need for like Jesus wept? Stole that from Pinhead, Hellraiser, but still like half the stuff still isn't even there yet. Like, it's NBC. It's not like you guys are a tiny company trying to figure this out. You are NBC Universal. You guys can get all that shit on there. Like, you give us a garbage product, you've taken away half of what we actually wanted to watch.
Back.
And I have to restart pay-per-views in the middle, close it out, force close everything, just so the thing actually functions. Like, if that fixes it. Hell, there's still some pay-per-views I can't even watch because it's not there, which I still don't understand how that's even a thing. But at least on mine, when I type it in and search it, that pay-per-view doesn't exist. Still. I mean, wasn't too enthused about it. I mean, it was WrestleMania again, and then we just kept doing WrestleMania again and again and again and again since then. So just be WrestleMania Backlash Part 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through. Like WrestleMania Backlash SummerSlam edition. I mean, why not? Because it's the same thing. Pretty much. Except they brought Ginger into it for some damn reason. Like, no one cares. Like, just at least the one guy looks like he could actually like kill somebody.
I wonder what kind of match him and Drew are going to have.
Shanky gets the hell beat out of him with a steel chair, and Jinder loses match.
Or just have a Punjabi cage match and have Great Khali show up as a cameo.
Just go in there and just chop his way right through all that damn. I'm here. What the hell? It take him 20 minutes to get down to the ring because he's 19 feet tall. But I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, he's a tree.
Well, if the ramp's small enough, he only have to take 4 steps.
If that, like, that thing was, the stage was huge. The ramp was like, just have him at the end of the like. I've heard so many different rumors about Cross. First, she's going to start working, and he wants her to actually wrestle. Now they're pulling the. She's not there, so he's like, they bring her back. Like, why the hell did you take her away anyway? Who the hell thought that was a good idea?
No, I think it was more of a message to the locker room. That's just my personal opinion. Don't with Vince.
Shit.
And apparently, I read another article. Apparently, they're trying to refer NXT back down to as developmental. By the way, read that.
Please don't. I don't have like the mental capacity for like. Oh, I hope everyone just quit. Well, we don't want your money. Bye. Do what everyone should just do. What I've been saying it on the other thing, and everyone I know, they're going to start mandating stupid shit. Just leave. See what happens when there's literally no. When Vince is like, well, guess we're not the longest running weekly episodic TV show in history. Why? Because there's no one left.
I mean, look at the NFL. You got people contemplating retirement and all other kinds of.
Have Miz roll out. Miz will come out with this stupid.
Dripstick.
Yeah, he'll come out. Everyone else will be gone. Unlike his Miz, he'll just stick around because that's what he does. Him and Morrison will be there to spray water at it, like a crowdless building with no one in the ring. And Byron
Because
Saxton still a
Johnny
commentary.
Johnny Drip Drip is America's most wanted.
Still the dumbest shit. I want to
Said it because
laugh.
I knew I was going to get the reaction that I knew I was going to get. So
America's most wanted. You're just sitting there going, oh, Jesus. Like NXT's getting like berated, don't piss off Vince. Yeah. Don't cross Vince. That's the so they let Jeff be the one to roll them up. Of all the people that hasn't pissed off Vince. I mean, especially just since he came back to the company. I mean, gonna have Jeff be the one to roll like holy shit. Like you can't make this up.
yep.
Like it's just so bad. I just can't wait for Joe to choke his ass out, get the title, and then we'll move on with the world because obviously he's not on the main roster losing to all these people if he's not losing.
Yeah.
No point in having him on both. Especially as NXT is
speaking,
just developmental. Well,
Yeah.
Vince, they get more viewers than.
Yeah.
Yeah. By a lot.
And Adam's Cole contract expired.
Yeah, perfect time for him to, crunch. Kyle, here's how we're going to write him off forever. What? Doing. But hey, I mean, at least they got Kyle away from that stupid.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I'm glad that
the Orange Cassidy ripoff gimmick. I went there.
That's the worst thing. It's like all the things you could rip off. Like, there's a lot of better shit you can rip off than that.
Yeah, they definitely the aggressive Kyle I like a lot better. It's more believable.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Cole's contract is expired. Maybe he moves into a producing kind of I'll wrestle every once in a while kind of deal.
I mean,
just because his talent contract is expired doesn't mean they haven't worked something out.
At the rate that everyone's going with leaving the company for just signing it, like I mean, he might love it down there, but again, then allegedly you want to call it back to developmental, so it means nothing again. I mean, like bye. Like hell, they let Daniel Bryan go. I'm pretty sure that pretty much summed up as much as they care. I mean, once he left, like, no offense to all the haters on the interweb that said that he ruined the main event for Mania and a bunch of one, please tell me when. 2, it was a hell of a story with the 3 of them. 3, like again, it was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Like for the whole pay-per-view, no offense to Bianca and Sasha. That match was better in my opinion. Their match was great for what it was.
Yeah.
Like they put on a hell of a show, but story-wise and all that, like there was so much built into like story-wise, which is why Edge is back. He wants, he's telling great stories. He wants to bring that back because they're like, I like that. I like that better because of the story.
Yeah, as much as we were all kind of ticked off that Edge hasn't won the big one yet, he did make a promise and he has kept it.
Yeah.
I really hope they at least give Edge this win with Rollins, and I think they will. I think Rollins would do right by Edge to give him the win.
Yeah, give him the win, and
because Rollins doesn't really need the win.
And I mean, like he could roll off into the sun.
See, that would be full circle. Like, be done with it.
But where does? I mean, Rollins could win or lose, and they could pick right back up with him, and getting in Roman's face and all that. Prior to that, and saying that he like boom, they can go right into a picture like with that regardless. But what do they do with Edge afterwards? That's the one. How do they make it work? Because there's a lot of people they can make it work with. I'm just the way they've utilized people is
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Reigns, Edge, and Rollins at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're gonna tear it down.
Yeah.
They're not gonna burn it down. Can't do that anymore. We could tear it down. Hell, bring back DX. They could break it down. Bring back Sean Waltman. Hell, bring back X Pac. He's in great shape. Let him have a run. Go out there and kick people around.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing it now, but I don't know. I just don't know where they're gonna go with that. But regardless, comparatively between all the shows, it's really sad to see how far NXT's fallen. They're not as bad as Raw. They're not as bad as Raw. We're all still going waiting for Joe and all that. Now Dakota turned on. That's
Yeah.
So Dakota's coming to the main roster.
That's the only thing that
so
is keeping NXT.
So Dakota's going to the main roster is what you're saying. Yeah, because we're gonna believe that. Yeah, let's just not even go there. Is the Joe in that thing? Because I mean, Raw garbage, and again, Edge and Rollins, good story. They're going. Usos and the Mysterios, they're still doing it.
Yep.
Roman, enough said. Corbin comes in there, and that stuff with Balor, that can lead. There's stuff going with all of their stuff. It's not just throwing shit together and besides suddenly there was Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz again. And where the hell have you been all my life? Not really, just where the hell have you been lately? Trust me.
I mean, they could really turn Corbin around to the point where he gets so down he just goes nuts and lone wolf. There you go. Back to survival.
Yeah, back to just mauling everything in his path, because that's what he has to do. Boom, because it worked so well. They called him up too early, but it worked really well. And he's pulled off everything he's done well. So let him go back lone wolf and give him you can just give him the Intercontinental title or something.
I've seen so many posts that people are asking for it.
Yeah, let him be
I mean, he doesn't need to grow the long hair out again, but at least
he could still do his thing and come back, and but let him do that, and then he can get the IC title and have a run on that just to see what it is, because he's done because I don't like some of the characters, but he's done a very good job in my opinion with everything they handed him, and he's handled it all very well. So better than a lot of people have, and they've gotten a lot. So, but yeah, see how it goes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll prove me. Well, the only thing left is we're now 4 minutes into stupid. Sorry, people. I missed the quarter till. We haven't done this in a while. It's not my damn fault. Not on a night when wrestling's on, but Friday, we know it's going to be good. But they could tonight and next Monday, they could prove us wrong. They could build something. But
all we know is also it's not Snitsky's fault that the product is so bad.
I wish I had it it's right down there, but man, if only I had that picture ready. Ugly ass Snitsky punting a baby into the when you have people messaging you on Facebook going, "What? I know you want this." Found it. Well, you're welcome. You get first dibs.
Yeah, that should be on WWE's Lost Treasures.
That baby doll, damn it. Then Steve gave me one job. We'll go out there and just kick the thing. Okay. Wish it would have flew further, but
at least he didn't miss.
I think if you missed, that would have been gone. We'd never see you again. You'd just be gone. Hell, think about if they tried to do that now. Jesus Christ.
Unless he practiced before the crowd got there.
Apparently, he was a all-state punter.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
But oh my God! Before we get off this, because it's been a while. Holy God! Think if they tried that now. I know we had this conversation months ago, but Jesus God Almighty, the people today. He causes someone to have a miscarriage and then rolls a stroller out with a fake baby in front of her and punched the son of a bitch into the 8th row. Holy shit. Literally, heads would explode. You ever see the movie Ready or Not? It's that would literally be what's happening.
Just don't let the fact that it distract you that Mae Young gave birth to a hand.
That's not... I did like the post with Mark Henry wishing a happy birthday to you now. I mean, that was months ago too, but the giant hand. They kept it alive.
I thought it was Father's. No, it was Father's Day.
Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, meet my son.
Whatever the hell it was. It's been like 2 months ago, and there we are, just like, no, they didn't. Tell me I just saw that. Oh, happy Father's Day. Like, whoever the hell, like, God bless you, Mark.
Yeah.
That's almost as good as Hurricane outside at WrestleMania. Oh, oops. Oh, and then Seth Rollins blaming it on why he lost.
Yeah.
And
Or
Samoa
even,
Joe
or
in a
even,
smock.
or even,
Also.
or even the Hurricane with that skit with him with the different Triple H masks on. That was his own head. Pulled his own head out of his own house. So stupid.
But
And then a
good.
sledgehammer.
So stupid. But here we are now crying while we're laughing.
Yeah.
About the level of just
yeah.
Oh, I don't care who you are. That's some good shit. I don't know.
I'm hoping to hear something from about 2K22. Haven't heard anything seen anything from the developmental YouTube channel there, but
I mean, you haven't seen anything.
Hopefully,
Neither has Pat McAfee.
or Stevie Wonder.
Heyo.
But I'm hoping they give us something as far as the controls and stuff. That's going to be my deciding factor. Given that my youngest wants to.
If they made the game playable.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, what's the roster going to be now? Seriously.
They have like 7 people in the game.
Maybe we'll get lucky if Bray's truly gone and still under his 90-day no compete clause. Maybe they'll milk it and put the Fiend in it at least.
Oh my God! If they don't have him in the game, like they're like, what special pre-order? What you get the Fiend as a playable character? What, you just got to give us like an extra, $1 million. Like, well, the game is shit, but we'll get money. Why? Just because he's still in it, and Bray won't get a dime.
Well, I know the confirmed superstars are Mysterio, Cesaro,
Wyndham.
Yeah, the confirmed superstars are Mysterio, Cesaro, Ric Flair. Go figure. He just got his release. That's funny. Who else was in? Oh, Booker T, and I can't remember. There's another one.
So half the people.
Bailey.
So almost half the people confirmed don't even really wrestle.
Yeah.
Ric Flair. Like that's gonna get.
He asked Vince for his release, and they're like, okay.
That's gonna get people to buy the game. Ric Flair is a playable character. That's gonna put butts in seats. You're welcome, Tony Schiavone. That'll put butts in seats. Yeah. It did. In fact, it put so many butts in seats that you guys never
went out of business. Yeah.
You guys never had beat them in the ratings ever again. Pat on the back to Tony. All it took was one line to piss off Mick Foley and change a war.
Yeah. AEW is really keeping under wraps about Brian and Punk.
Oh, we're seeing it came from. I just watched Heyman too many times. I don't know.
That was funny though.
That
skit with The 5 minutes of Heyman spoke is still more entertaining than the last 3-hour Raws. For
him just going around, just irritating the shit out of all of us. But there we all are, laughing and doing it. Jesus God Almighty, just put Heyman on. Jesus Christ. Well, let's say let him back on the writing team, but they'll just fire him again.
Yeah.
He's not good on those teams.
Because God knows he was making Aleister Black look good until he got sent to SmackDown. And where's Aleister Black now? Nowhere except AEW.
But hey, at least his wife still has,
Yeah, she was actually at one of the AEW live events. I'm surprised Vince allows. I guess if they're married, I guess that's okay.
Did you said you're allowed to be there? I want to do something about it. Do.
So stupid.
Oh, the dumbest shit ever. Like the thing that didn't even get mentioned until right now, almost 2 hours in, was the The dumb. See, do that kind of dumb shit. That was amazing.
Yeah. But on a quick note, I did watch Jungle Cruise this past weekend. It is actually a very good movie, surprisingly.
You can eat one.
Really good backstory. So I do recommend it.
I might look into it. If I ever get like 8 seconds to sleep, because now I gotta do this with you. I do my own thing. I'm doing a racing show that I'm just never really. I start working out again. Throw the DDPY in there so I can hear my hips go.
Yeah, that diamond cutter workout was brutal, but it was
like
I actually like it. I actually like it more than having to build stuff together in sessions. Just have that one solid hour and oh yeah.
I try to do that. I'd be in a wheelchair right now.
My
Thankfully, I still have one.
Yeah, my workout shirt went from a light blue to a very, very dark blue last night. It was that crazy.
Thank you, Heyman. You annoying, miserable bastard. God, he's still got it.
I wish they would make a Paul Heyman Funko Pop. I'm still waiting for that one.
Which one would they do? Like one for now, one for ECW? I mean, they could do it. Many faces of Heyman.
Yeah.
He has. We could have commentary.
Well, you know how they have the Superman, 3 Superman in the different colors. They could do him when he was Paulie Dangerous with Steve Austin, and then ECW, and then now. You're welcome, Vince.
He's gonna keep being a billionaire, and we're gonna be sitting here like
still bitching about the product.
Damn it! But damn it, it's been. We're getting there. So
we hit 2 hours.
We're getting there. We can keep going. I mean, I got Chick-fil-A coming, so I can't sit here forever. It's Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, the wife is addicted.
That's all that MSG they put in there.
Chick-fil-A actually has the process down. Did you see the post that I shared on Facebook? Yeah. That what if McDonald's, Chick-fil-A hired it? Yeah, manager. Yeah.
I mean, like they got especially the one here. It's wrapped around the building. They got double lines. They have Yahoos out there taking your order and your payment right there in the thing. So you just show up at the window. They're just throwing the shit out the window. Bye.
And when you're at least when they throw the shit out the window, at least they're calling you by your first name. That's kind of nice and wholesome.
They know your name. Everything's warm. Yeah. It's not like that's like when the building's wrapped around. You're still only waiting for like 3 or 4 minutes. Like it moves. Yeah. They got that down.
Yeah, where our Chick-fil-A's at though, it was kind of stupid where they put it in the exits and everything. But again, you don't wait long. You wait longer to actually get out of the parking lot than you do waiting for your food. That's why most of the time the wife just parks and she eats her food. So
can't say I blame her. It's delicious. Yeah. But until next time, my friend, I had fun. Yes, you had fun. God bless Paul Heyman. See.
Make sure. Spay and neuter your pets and keep it missionary.
Till next time, my friends.